Tonight I'm supporting the Greater Manchester High Sheriff's Police Trust. So it's the return of the Champions League tonight, Lyon the opposition. Two questions at the forefront of my mind. Later on I'm going to be asking the question about the booing and whether City fans are going to do that. And I'm actually going to go to the singing section, which is at one end of the ground tonight. They've collected all the fans together in one area of the ground to try to increase the volume of the atmosphere. But first of all, are City capable this season of winning the Champions League? Before I speak to the ordinary fans, that's no disrespect to the ordinary fans, but a little earlier on I bumped into Willie Donachie, former City player, full-back of course, great player, and asked him what he thought. Could City win the Champions League this year?
I think they've got a really good chance, but there's so many good teams in Europe, so many fantastic players like Messi in Barcelona, Neymar and so on and so on. It's going to be difficult. Like last year in a one-off situation, in a cup game, you know, if you don't get the breaks on the night, you can lose. But they've definitely got the team and the facilities and the infrastructure now to win the Champions League, which would be a massive, massive step for them.
It's the ultimate goal for City, really, isn't it?
It is now. They've been trying to catch up with Man United for a while, and that would be a massive step towards it. It would be great for the fans to do that.
I think they can. I think we showed that, last year, that we're capable of it. I think there's a lot of competition this year. I think Liverpool will give it a good go. They seem to have a bit of good history, don't they, in the Champions League. But I think, with strength in depth in our squad, I think we've got a better chance. And each year we got a little bit better under Pep, haven't we? First year we got there, it wasn't great at first. But last year I think we learned a lot, I thought we'd moved on a lot, and I think this year we've got half a chance, yeah.
Are you going to boo the anthem?
No.
You're not a booer?
No, I'm not a booer, no.
To be honest, you've got a great squad as last few years, but like we were talking before, you've got a great chance, but you've got to finish off teams, but also defend. This year will be hard. They'll be thereabouts, but my own opinion, I think Juve have a great chance, and also Liverpool. Don't be knocking them out. They was here last year on the two legs, but we've got to kill teams off, and like you say, they're too nice to other teams. Let's kill them off early doors, and let's go off from the off, like tonight's game, Lyon. Tricky game, but 2-0, 3-1 City.
So can City win the Champions League?
Yes, without a doubt. This is the best chance ever this season.
So you're really confident?
Yes, I am.
What's different about last season then?
We don't have to get stoned to death at Liverpool, and that knocked us out. It wasn't a game of football, it was the treatment of our players and our coach and our manager. And I think City got it all wrong. I think what they should have done was gone into the media room and said, we're not playing tonight. We'll come back tomorrow night or next week. We won't play tonight. And it would have been a different story.
No, I think they can win it, but I wouldn't put my mortgage on it. You've still got your teams, your PSG, and there's a lot of good sides in there. Liverpool's obviously a danger as well. But City's got as good a chance as anybody. They're obviously one of the fancied teams, and as they're progressing under Pep, they've gone a bit further since semis last year. So I don't see why a final, can't be made there this year. And if they do, regardless of who they play, they've got to have a chance, a good side.
If you had to choose, would it be the Premier League or the Champions League?
Personally, I'd always the Premier League. Personally, but I know a lot now. It's all about the money now. But as a City fan, I want to be the champions of England. That's more important to me. For a long time coming as well.
I reckon they've got a very good chance of winning this year. It'll be tough in the later stage, but I reckon we could definitely get to at least the semis.
All I want this year is to take down Liverpool, who knocked us out last year, and if we can, hopefully win it.
Why can't we win it? We've dominated the Premier League last season. We can dominate it for years to come. The Champions League's a massive step up, but we've got Guardiola. Guardiola's the man to take us to that level. We've got the players, the investment's there, the youth's there, so why can't we? I believe, and I'm sure I'm not the only person, that we can win the Champions League.
Would you rather have the Champions League than the Premier League?
Yeah, just because it would make us a world-class club. Not that we're not already, but it would just, we can say we've won the Champions League. And not many teams in England can say that, apart from them over the hill, Chelsea, Liverpool, but I'd rather win the Champions League than the Premier League.
You'd never guess City were playing French opposition tonight, would you?
I thought they were great. I'm glad they're not Liverpool fans.
I think City will win the Champions League this year.
Definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah. Got to win it sooner or later, haven't we?
Obviously, I'm inside the ground now. This is block 115, which is right next to the away fans who are coming in behind me here. We've seen them walking on the road outside. But this is where all of the singing fans have been encouraged to come tonight to try to create a unified voice. So let's speak to one or two of the people who are involved in this from the 1894 supporters group.
We were a collective of individuals who thought that we could get a group of people together to generate a bit of atmosphere and get like-minded fans together in a certain part of the ground. Obviously it's worked well with the extension in the South Stand because this section has now become available to us, and we've tried to get as many people as possible through social media into this section to build a bit of an atmosphere.
And are you going to boo when the anthem comes on? Is there an 1894 group view on that?
No, so at the end of the day, people are going to do what they want to do. We're not going to sit here and point the finger and say, oh, you have to boo, or no, you shouldn't boo. It's down to the individual on the day. We were really, really unhappy with what happened to the fans who booked flights to CSKA Moscow away when the fans were banned, and we took a group stance to sort of boo UEFA in tandem with Bayern Munich fans who we'd met and spoke to, who had the same issue with their fans. Basically it was in solidarity with fans who had issues going over there and unfairly not been refunded for the money that they spent trying to go there. Tonight, fans can do what they want. 1894 aren't coming out with an official stance. Some people in our section might boo, other people might not. It's completely down to them.
I think we should. Why not? I don't see the agenda as to say why we shouldn't, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of corruption going through UEFA that haven't come up to the soil yet, and I think we will see it over the up and coming years that haven't been filed in the last couple of years. So I think us as fans, not just City fans, I think fans across Europe should go against this organisation that have brought football down in the past couple of years. You know, you can see it around grounds, you know, a lot of advertising and stuff like that. You never used to have that when football was the main point. And I think football has gone behind the barrier, and it's more about sponsorship, and it's more about money, revenue. And I think they've forgotten about that. They've forgotten about the fans. They've forgotten about the actual people that have worked their socks off to be on the pitch. And they've forgotten about that, and all they want to do is make the money. And for me, again, like I said, not just City fans, but every fan in Europe should be booing that anthem.
Gonna boo it because they deserve it. You ain't booing me? No, not at all. Not after what they've done to us, no. They don't do it to anybody else, do they?
You had a bet on that. Looks very attractive, that, doesn't it?
Like, too easy. United won't beat anyone called boys, will they? They're not men themselves.
Get a bet on.
Oh, yeah.
it's been a real surprise. And we're saying with Steve and Jeffrey now, it's so out of sorts for City. The decision making's been really poor. No unforced errors. You're not keeping the ball in key areas. No link play. Bad decisions at the back there. Almost a little bit of complacency, I suggest, with Kyle Walker for the first goal, even not closing down with enough aggression. So there's things that need to be sorted out at half time. You can see the body language of Mikel Arteta. He's certainly thinking, what do I do now? He can't look to Pep, so obviously he's going to make a decision, but I do feel there's going to be changes at half time.
I can give you a very different perspective on it. We're here with Carl Fitzpatrick, the Chief Executive of Warrington Wolves, who is the biggest jinx ever, and he's leaving just after half time. So I'm confident to predict a 3-2 win at the final whistle.
Over the bridge.
Not the best lineup at the start, to be honest, my only opinion. AC's probably not, maybe Aguero up front, really stunning just behind him, but that's just my opinion. So, there we go.
Too little, too late.
Sorry?
Only one game.
Only one game. We're still in it. No, one game. 2 more to go. We'll be fine.
We could have done a lot better there, but it was just one of them. I don't know if it was Pep missing or something. I just didn't feel like anything was right, and we just got to make sure we're back on it in the league, because we can't have another second season syndrome.
Typical City, really, wasn't it? Just not showing up. The sort of games we should be winning.
You didn't see it coming, did you?
No, definitely not. I mean, Lyon are a good side, but it's a side we should be dealing with, really, with the quality we had out on the pitch. But
You see that as a one-off?
yeah, definitely. I think we should be winning every other game. We should be winning every other game in the group, and I think it should be enough to top the group. But you expect to win your home games like that. Not much more you can say, really. It's a disappointment, but we will bounce back from that.
Disastrous on it in the end. I ain't gonna moan about it. Do you know what I mean? We've been glorious these past couple of years. So whenever we lose, I ain't gonna moan. You know, but you know, we were missing Pep today. He didn't start Aguero. You know, we're missing De Bruyne. You could say these excuses if you like, but at the end of the day, we just didn't play well. They were the better team, and that's what did it in the end.
Would have made the difference?
Yeah, I think Pep would have made the difference. Obviously, Pep makes the difference every game we play. I think the players know what they're doing, but it's the tactics on the pitch that sometimes when they're down, they need lifting back up. I think Pep, they missed that in Pep.
What could he have done about Del, for example, making a mistake?
Well, again, that's what I mean. There's some of the things you can't. But again, it's lifting heads, and I feel like Mikel Arteta at the side, he just didn't really do that. He didn't look like he was picking them up at all. No one was really motivated by them, and I felt like that showed in the result in the end, unfortunately.
I think the best team won at the end of the day, and I said before the game that I can't believe that Lyon were 18-1 to win the match, because they're a better team than that, I think, and I couldn't believe the odds. But having said that, I still think I expected us to beat them, and it didn't happen. And I don't know whether that's to do with Pep not being there on the bench today or not. I don't know, but I don't know. It's just like we didn't come out like a house on fire like when we played Napoli last season. But it's like we knew they were going to come at us, so we just mullered them in the first 20 minutes. And I think we just got to, you have got to set the pace of the game, and we didn't really.
Can't blame Edison for either of the goals. I think we could have been a bit more clinical ourselves. Just kind of looked a bit, a bit, I don't know, not decisive enough in the final third. But overall tonight, yeah, I think we could have done a bit more, and let's just hope that we get back to winning ways on the weekend against Cardiff.
Sometimes the hardest videos to watch are the ones after City have lost a game, so thanks for sticking with it and watching that all the way through. But I think you'd agree that there were a lot of interesting comments in there and some very honest opinions from City fans. So that's it for this time. Don't forget to press the subscribe button. Here on YouTube, this channel, I put on all the Premier League vlogs 48 hours after they go on mancity.com. All the cup ties, that's Champions League, FA Cup and League Cup, are exclusive to this channel. So as with this one, they'll go up immediately after the game and don't appear anywhere else. So thanks very much for watching, really appreciate it. I'll be down at Cardiff at the weekend for the next one of these. Hopefully City returning to winning ways. See you next time.